Welcome to HSC Pre Algebra Factoring. As the title suggests, we're going to be covering factoring in today's video. So first, we need to know what factors are. And factors are basically the integers that are multiplied together to make a number. So for example, factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6, because 1 times 6 is 6 and 2 times 3 is 6. Factors of 12 may include 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So, finding factors. If you have a number, let's call it x, x will be our variable for a number, then the factors for x will always have 1 and x as factors, and no factor of x will be greater than x or smaller than 1. So these have to be whole numbers, and they can't go into the negatives, and it also cannot go into 0. So knowing that, you just kind of go down the list of integers that are within the given range. So smaller x and smaller, or 1 and greater. And then you divide the number x by, say, the chosen integer. If x is divisible by the number, which means you can divide it by the number you chose and get a whole number, then the integer you chose is a factor and the quotient is also a factor. In fact, these are factor pairs. Say 12 was x and you chose, say, 2 as your integer. So if you divide 12 by 2, then you have 6. So you know that 2 and 6 are factors, and 2 and 6 are a factor pair. However, if x is not divisible by the integer, then the integer is not a factor. So let's go back to the number 12 example. So say x is 12 again, and you chose 7 as your integer, but when you divide 12 by 7, you find that, oh no, 12 divided by 7 is not a whole number. Therefore, 7 is not a factor of 12. So here are a few exercises. I'll go ahead and give you a moment so you can try in finding the factors of 10, 16, 21, and 100. Alright, so the answer key would be that the factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, and 10. Factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. Factors of 21 are 1, 3, 7, 21. And the factors of 100 is 1, 2, 4, 5, 20, 25, 50, and 100. I will show you how I found these answers. Alright, I'm going to show you how to find the factors of 10. So to find the factors of 10, then you already know that 1 and 10 are going to be factors because the factors always include 1 and the number itself. Then you see if you can divide 10 by 2, and you can, because then you get 5. Can you divide 10 by 3? No. Can you divide 10 by 4? No. Can you divide 10 by 5? Yes, 2. You can divide 5, and then 10, and then 1. Okay, but in the end, the factors turn out to be 1, 2, 5, and 10, which means that finding these weren't necessary, which brings an important tip. You don't have to go through every single number within the range. As soon as you find that this will be the highest it goes, or lowest this one goes and highest this one can go before it starts mirroring what you got before, then you can just stop there and you know that you found all of your factors. Alright, let's find the factors of 16. 16 will obviously have 1 and 16 as its factors because 1 and its number itself is going to be the factors, and then you can see if you can divide 16 by 2, and you can because 16 is an even number. Then 16 divided by 2 is 8. So 8 is going to be a factor. Can you divide it by 3? No. Can you divide by 4? Yes. 4 and 4. And again, because 4 and then we can go further. And then can you divide by 5? No. Can you divide by 6? No. Can you divide by 7? No. Can you divide by 8? Yes. But now we see that this is starting to mirror. So we can just cancel those two out, and then we know that 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16 are all of the factors of 16. Same concept to number 21. So then you have 1 and 21. Can you divide by 2? No. Can you divide by 3? Yes, you can. And you get 7. Can you divide it by 4? No. 5? No. 6? No. 7. Oh, you've reached 7 again, which means that the only factors of 21 are 1, 3, 7, and 21. Let's try it on a ridiculously large number like 100. Alright, you can divide it by 100 by 1 and 100. Because 100 will be an even number, you can divide by 2, which results in 50. Can you divide by 3? 4? No. 4. Then you can divide it. 100 divided by 4 is 25. Can you divide by 5? Yes, you can. And 100 divided by 5 is going to be 20. And then can you do 6? No. 7? No. 8? No. 9? No. 10. Yes. 10 and 10. And the next number will probably, because 10 and 10 are like this, then that's going to be the end, and there will be no more new factors, so we know that the factors of 100 will be 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20, 25, 50, and I'm running out of room, and 100. It has also come to my attention that I forgot to add 10 in the list of factors for 100, so forgive my mistake. Alright, let's move on to multiples. What exactly are multiples? Multiples are the integers that are the product of a number and another number. For example, the multiples of 16 are 32 and 112, because 16 times 2 is 32, and so on and so forth. I guess another example of a multiple would be, say you have the number 2, the multiples of 2 would be 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on and so forth. Alright, so if you didn't know already, then prime numbers are the numbers that only have one pair of factors, 1 and itself. 2 is the only even prime number, and 1 is technically not a prime number, and 0 is also not a prime number. So 1 and itself. So more examples of prime numbers would be 2, 3, 5, 7, and then 11 and 13. And those are some common prime numbers that are used, and there will be more, so on and so forth. Prime factorization is when you break down a number by factoring it by prime numbers until it can no longer be factored. So if you factor 20 out completely, then you'll end up with 2, 2, and 5, and let me show you how that works. So if you factorize 20, then you're going to do sort of an upside down version of the division symbol, and then you have 20 in here. And a prime number that we know that we can divide 20 by is 2, and if you divide 20 by 2, then you just get 10, so you write 10 there. And you know that 2 is a prime number, and you can divide 10 by 2, so you put 2 there, and then you're left with 2, 2, and 5, because 5 is also a prime number, so you can't divide the 5 by any other number other than, say, 5 and 1, but that would be essentially the same as leaving it just 5 here. What this tells us, if 2, 2, and 5, when all multiplied together, so 2 times 2 times 5, will equal 20. So if you completely factorize, prime factorize 20, then you get 2, 2, and 5. And that is it for today's overview on factoring. Thank you.